All right, let's talk about GotBackup. You've probably heard about it. It's this service that's kind of shaking things up because it's mixing two very different worlds, something we all desperately need, data storage, and a pretty interesting, maybe even lucrative business opportunity. So the big question is it a total game changer for backing up your files, or is it something more complicated? We're going to dig in and find out. Oh, you know this feeling, right? You're lining up the perfect shot, maybe a once-in-a-lifetime moment, and then, bam, storage full. Your phone just quits on you. It is the absolute worst. And, it's more than just an annoyance. It's actually a hint at a much, much bigger problem we all face. And that problem? It's data loss. Check this out. Sources say that a whopping 50% of us, half of all cell phone users, have lost data because our phone got damaged. Just think about that. Half. That could be years of photos, important contacts, work files, just gone in a flash. And that is the exact nightmare scenario that GotBackup says it can solve.
Okay, so here's how we're going to break this all down today. First up, we'll look at the storage solution itself. Then we'll talk plans and pricing. After that, we'll get into the user experience, the good and the bad. And finally, we'll tackle that business opportunity. Let's get to it.
All right, Section 1, the storage solution. So what exactly is GotBackup? Before we even touch on the whole making money side of things, we got to understand the product. What are you actually getting for your money? So at its heart, GotBackup is a cloud storage service. But here's what's interesting. It's not from some brand new company that might disappear tomorrow. It's actually a product from a company called Global Venture Opportunities, GVO for short. And these guys have been around for over 20 years. Get this, they're debt-free, and they own their own data center. That's a really big deal, because it means they're not just renting server space from Amazon or Google. They control the whole thing, which is huge for security and just, stability. Now let's look at the features, because this is where it gets good. First off, security. They're using military-grade AES 256-bit encryption. Now that sounds super technical, but all you need to know is it's the same level of security that banks and even governments use. So yeah, your stuff is safe. Then you've got auto-sync across unlimited devices, Mac, Windows, your phone, whatever. And one of my favorite features is file versioning. It's basically like a time machine for your files. Ever accidentally save over something important? Well, this lets you go back in time up to 30 days and get that old version back. Lifesaver.
Okay, but this is where things get really interesting. Let's talk value. Take a look at this comparison. For about $10 a month, the same price you'd pay Google or Apple for their standard 2 terabyte plan, GotBackup's family plan gives you 6 terabytes. That is 3 times the storage. And it's not just for you. You get up to 6 separate accounts for your whole family. That massive difference in value is a huge, huge reason people are jumping ship from services like Dropbox. It's just a crazy amount of storage for the money.
All right, so that value proposition is pretty compelling. Let's move on and look at the actual numbers. Section 2, plans and pricing. How much is this all going to cost you?
So here's the breakdown. You've got a personal plan, which is a solid terabyte of storage for just under $9 a month. But honestly, the real sweet spot seems to be the family plan. For literally $1 more, you jump from 1 terabyte to that massive 6 terabytes, and you get 6 accounts. It's kind of a no-brainer. They also have a bigger enterprise plan if you're a small business. Oh, and if you pay for a full year up front, you basically get 2 months for free, which is always nice.
Okay, so what if you want to do more than just use the service? What if you want to sell it? To become an affiliate, it's pretty simple. There's a one-time $20 reseller fee. That's it. You do, of course, have to have an active subscription yourself, which just makes sense, right? You got to be a user of the product you're recommending. All in, you're looking at less than $50 to get started.
So, the product looks great on paper. The price is right, but what's it actually like to use? That brings us to Section 3, the user experience. We went out and looked at what real customers are saying, the good and the bad, to get the full picture.
And you see this a lot on the positive side. This review from Trustpilot really nails it. They say, the value offered by GotBackup is unparalleled, enough to make me cancel Dropbox. I mean, that says it all, doesn't it? That price-to-storage ratio is a massive, massive win for a lot of people.
But it's not all sunshine and roses. To get a balanced view, we have to look at the criticism. And a lot of it, like this comment from blogger Joy Healy, isn't actually about the storage product itself. It's about the marketing. She calls the Powerline stuff hypey, and that's a system they use to automatically place new people under you.
The problem is, she says, it can get people's hopes way up, and if they don't really get how it works, they can end up feeling let down.
And you can really see that split in the numbers. On Trustpilot, it's got a pretty solid 3.9 out of 5. But then you look at the App Store, and it's down at 2.9. So what's going on there? Well, when you dig into those lower reviews, you see some common themes. People complaining about customer service being slow, getting some spammy-feeling emails, and a few people having trouble with the app on older iPhones.
Okay, let's get into it. This is the part that gets everybody talking, both the fans and the critics. The business opportunity. How in the world do you actually make money with this thing? This is where we get into the whole network marketing side of it. And yeah, it can get a little complicated, so we're going to take it step by step. The first thing you absolutely have to understand is this number, 75%. The company says it pays out 75% of its revenue back to affiliates as commissions. Let me say that again, 75%. People who have been in this industry for years say that number is basically unheard of. It's a huge sign that their focus is really on paying the people who sell the product.
So, how do you get started? They've laid out a pretty clear path to hit your first big milestone, which they call the copper rank. And it's actually pretty simple. You start by getting one customer on your left team and one on your right. That's step one. From there, it's all about building on that, getting a few more people, and helping them do the same thing. It's a system of duplication.
And the way you earn is, well, there are a lot of ways. The big one that gets everyone's attention right away is the customer acquisition bonus. You get a 200% commission on a new customer's first monthly payment. That's a huge upfront reward. But it's not just a one-time thing. There are all these other ways to earn recurring income, like getting a cut of what your team earns. And for the big players, you can even get a piece of the company's total revenue.
Now, this next concept is one of the most powerful and maybe a little confusing parts of the plan. It's called dynamic compression. Here's the simple version. Imagine there's a commission to be paid out, but the person who's supposed to get it isn't qualified for whatever reason. Well, that money doesn't just vanish back to the company. No way. It compresses and rolls up to the next qualified person in line, which could be you. It's a huge motivator to make sure you're qualified so you don't miss out on commissions that are literally rolling up from below you.
Now, this is a really important point to make. We can talk about the potential earnings all day, but what are people actually making? Well, the company hasn't released an official income disclosure statement for this new plan yet. They've said they're waiting until they have a full 12 months of data to get it audited and release it. So for now, we don't have those official average earning numbers.
Phew, okay. We have gone through a lot. We've talked tech specs, pricing, user reviews, and some pretty complex compensation plans. So, what does it all mean? What's the big takeaway here?
I think it boils down to this. GotBackup is really two different things stitched together. Thing one is a cloud storage product with honestly fantastic pricing. The value, especially on that family plan, is hard to beat. Thing two is a very deep, complex, multi-layered network marketing opportunity with a compensation plan that's designed to be extremely aggressive.
And so that leaves us with a really fascinating question to chew on. Let's be real, data backup isn't a luxury anymore. It's a utility, just like your power or your internet. So when you take something that essential and you merge it with a network marketing business model, where does the real value come from? Is it in the actual product, the storage that protects your memories, or is it in the potential to make a profit from it? It's something worth thinking about. Thanks for tuning in.